AP3 Lavish. AP3 Lavish. AP3 Lavish. Let's go. AP3 Lavish Fitness.
Welcome back to the AP3 Lavish Fitness Podcast. Yes, today we're talking about something that's almost every trainer and honestly, it's almost every adult over 40, okay? That will deal with at some point in their lifetime. It's called high blood pressure. Yes, high blood pressure. High blood pressure. When your blood is under pressure. Under pressure. Now here's the thing. This topic is not flashy, okay? It's not trending on social media, all right? You're not going to see viral clips titled Top 5 Exercises for Hypertension Gains. You get what I mean? But this might be one of those situations, one of those special occasions, one of those things that might be one of the most important conversations in fitness. Let me explain, ladies and gentlemen. So, because high blood pressure, also known as hypertension, you know, that little tightness in your chest, feels like your heart's about to explode out of your chest. It's one of those conditions that people live with quietly, okay? Until it becomes a very loud problem. If you're a trainer, this isn't an optional knowledge, okay? If you're a client, this isn't something you can ignore and just push through. So today, we're going to break down this in a very real, practical way, all right? So, what high blood pressure actually is, why it matters during training, what exercises are safe, what to avoid, how to structure sessions, how to train confidently, without fear. Yeah, we don't like fear. We don't like the F word. Oh, no, we don't like the F word. And don't worry, we'll keep it professional, but we'll also keep it real, okay? Because nothing is like waking you up faster than realizing your client is holding their breath like they're trying to win a powerlifting meet during a leg press, okay? So let's talk about what is high blood pressure, okay? Let me break it down for you guys. Simply this. It's like this. You see, blood pressure is the force of blood pushing against your artery walls, okay? You got two numbers. Systolic, all right? Systolic, or you can call it systolic. Whichever way you pronounce it, that's totally up to you, okay? The top number, pressure when the heart beats. That's what that pretty much means, okay? Diastolic, the bottom number, okay? Pressure, this is when the pressure heart rests, okay? So you got the systolic and you got the diastolic, okay? The normal is around 120/80, okay? Once you start getting into the 130s and the 140s systolic, or 80s and 90s diastolic, you're entering elevated or high blood pressure territory. Yikes, frightening. Jeepers creepers. Yes, I know, it's low. The human body is very sophisticated, ladies and gentlemen. But I promise you, we're gonna come up with a solution to try to make sure you live your best life out in these streets, okay? You see, when you hit those zones, you're entering an elevated or high blood pressure territory. Yes. So here's the tricky part. Most people don't feel it, okay? There's no alarm, no obvious pain, no warning sign during the day. That's why it's called the silent condition. You can feel completely fine and still be at higher risk for heart disease, stroke, kidney issues, vascular damage. Yes. So when a client tells you, yeah, I have a high blood pressure, but I feel fine, that's exactly why we need to take it seriously. Let me repeat that for the people in the back. When a client tells you, yeah, I have high blood pressure, but I feel fine, that's exactly why we need to take this very seriously, okay? Why it matters during training. You see, exercise is one of the best things you can do for your blood pressure, okay? Let's make that clear, okay? But how you train matters, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Because certain situations in the gym can cause temporary spikes in your blood pressure, okay? And for a healthy individual, that's fine. But for someone with hypertension, those spikes can be risky if not managed properly, okay? Here's where problems usually happen. Holding breaths during lifts, lifting too heavy too fast, long isometric holds, okay? Poor breathing mechanics, okay? Jumping into intense workouts without progression, okay? That moment when someone is doing a leg press, face turning red, holding on their breath like they're underwater, like they're Aquaman, holding on to dear life. That's called the Valsalva maneuver. Okay? It's called the Valsalva maneuver. All right? That's what that's called. And yes, powerlifters use it strategically. But your 58-year-old client with high blood pressure, I don't know about that. We're not training for world records here, okay? We're training for longevity, okay? The common mistakes I'm going to explain is this, okay? So let's go through the biggest mistakes that I see personally in the gym. Mistake number 1, going heavy too soon, okay? People think heavier is always better. Not here, okay? We want controlled, steady effort and not max out outputs, okay? Mistake number 2, ignoring breathing. Breathing is not optional. Exhale during effort, inhale during the easier phase, okay? Simple, but most people don't do it, right? Most people don't do it. That's the thing about us humans. There is a lot of simple things that we can take care of in an orderly fashion in our day-to-day lives, right? But we don't do it. Most people don't do it. I can name a whole bunch of those topics, but we're gonna hop back on a topic, which is the hypertension. You see, mistake number 3, treating all clients the same, okay? A 25-year-old athlete and a 60-year-old with hypertension do not need the same program, ladies and gentlemen. And for the trainers, okay? This should be obvious, but it's not always practiced, okay? Just because you got a trainer doesn't mean he knows exactly what he's doing with you, okay? Mistake number 4, no warm-up, no progression. Jumping straight into intensity is a big mistake. You see, the cardiovascular system needs time to adjust, okay? I've seen people walk into the gym, skip the warm-up, go straight to the battle with the leg press like it owes them money. Unbelievable, unacceptable, absolutely diabolical. I'm serious, right? But anyway, let's talk about what training should look like. Now let's talk about what we should be doing, okay? Because that's what needs to be explained. That should be the elephant in the room. You see, training clients with high blood pressure should feel controlled, structured, intentional, not chaotic, okay? Focus on moderate weights, okay? You want to focus on that. Focus on higher reps. Focus on controlled tempo. Focus on full range of motion, okay? Very, very critical, very, very important, very, very, very vital, okay? Incorporate walking, cycling, light sled work, resistance machines. Yes, resistance machines, ladies and gentlemen. And let's keep rest periods consistent, okay? Gotta stay consistent. Avoid max effort lifts, long breath holds, sudden spikes in intensity, okay? And most importantly, watch how your client responds. Are they dizzy? Are they lightheaded? Are they lightheaded? Are they overly fatigued? All these things matter, right? If yes, adjust immediately, okay? Don't just sit there, ignore your client, okay? Don't do that. Don't do that, okay? Strength training is not dangerous for high blood pressure, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just get that out the way. When it's done correctly, In fact, it's beneficial. It can improve vascular health. It can improve circulation. It can improve overall functioning of the human body. And last but not least, it can help reduce resting blood pressure over time. You didn't know that, but now you know. But again, it must be done with control, okay? This isn't about ego lifting, okay? We're not trying to build you up to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger, okay? We're trying to build you up to be the best version of you, how God made you, how you are presented in this world, this planet, this whole ecosystem of life. So, this is about building a body that functions well for decades, okay? Now let's talk about building client confidence, all right? You see, many clients with high blood pressure are nervous. They're unsure, okay? Is this safe? Should I even be lifting? I'd rather just go home and just lay on my couch, pick up the remote, and watch the Andrew Griffin Show. That's what people are thinking. So, if you're a trainer, your job is to build confidence, right? Educate them, guide them, progress them slowly, let them feel stronger, more stable, more capable. Because confidence isn't movement. No, I'm sorry. Because confidence in movement leads to what? Consistency, right? And consistency is what actually changes blood pressure long term. Playing the long-term game is always the best route to go, ladies and gentlemen, for multiple of reasons. Here's the bottom line. High blood pressure is serious, but it's manageable, okay? So don't overwork yourself, okay? Exercise is one of the most powerful tools we have, but it has to be done correctly. This is not about intensity, it's about intention. You don't need to train harder, you need to train smarter. And remember, we're not just training bodies, we're protecting lives, okay? If this episode helped you, share it with someone who needs it, a client, a friend, or family member. Or if you think you need it specifically, play it over and over and over and over and over again, okay? This is the AP3 Lavish Fitness Podcast. Stay fit, stay lavish, stay strong, stay healthy, stay prayed up. And as always, health is wealth, strength is security. See you next episode. Stay lavish, my friends.